Hello, fellow sojourners. I'm your host, Dave Layton, and welcome to Travel with a Purpose, a podcast designed to keep sojourners and friends informed, entertained, and inspired. In today's episode, we'll be talking just a little bit about some simple ideas to help keep the RV clean, or at least looking clean. Certainly high on the list of RV living challenges is keeping the interior of the rig clean. It's right up there with maximizing our space. And in fact, it is directly related to maximizing space. But it seems that no matter how hard we work at it, things just get dirty, dusty, or misplaced. It seems to be a never-ending battle. We're not talking necessarily about making it showroom clean or ready for a photo to place in a magazine or a sales brochure, but I think we can agree on a simple concept of what is clean, and we learn to live with the lived-in look. One more thought. Try not to compare yourself with others. We all have our own standard of what is clean. Those that have pets have a whole new level of challenges. We don't have a fur buddy, so I'll save that topic for another day. Let's explore just a few tips for helping us keep the rig clean. The more we practice these, the more they become a habit. Well, first, remove your shoes before coming into the rig, or at least remove them as soon as you get in the rig. Well, for some folks, like me, I like to wear laced-up boots, so that's a little bit more of a challenge. Now, if it is impractical to remove your shoes, at least have a good mat outside that you can thoroughly brush off the soles of your shoes before going into the rig. And one more thing about shoes. Put shoes in a specified place if you're not wearing them. I made an opening on the side of our bed that I can slip extra shoes into. This also removes an annoying clutter that shoes just naturally have. Well, the second thing we can do is to always make the bed. This can be an automatic part of getting ready in the morning. It doesn't take a long time. Now, it might be more difficult if the bed doesn't allow you to move around on all sides, but you can at least straighten it up. But taking the time to make the bed helps present an organized and decluttered rig. And this is very important if you have a bed in the general living space. All right. The third tip is to clean and put away dishes after each meal. We have a rule in our home and in our rig. My wife does most of the cooking, and I clean up afterwards. She's a better cook, so that is my way of contributing to the cause. And she seems to appreciate it. I put the dishes away except for the pots. She has a certain way she likes to fit them, and it's an unsolvable puzzle to me. Well, along that line, the next tip is to clean the countertop. Not only the countertop, but I also take a few minutes after washing the dishes to clean the stove surface. We try to keep our countertop clear of clutter. When you live in an RV, everything has to have a secure location anyway, and there's no way you can keep things out on the counter while you travel. With our very limited counter space, we need to keep the clutter off so we have the space when we cook. It also helps things look clean. And part of that, by the way, is to make sure the countertops are wiped also. Now, remember to put clothes away. We don't have a washer and dryer in our rig, so it means we make trips to the laundromat. Once we wash and dry, we fold everything. Then when we get back to the rig, we put everything away. Again, my wife has specific places she likes her clothes, and I have mine, so it's easier for us to put our own things away. But the important thing is, put the clothes away. Again, this is not only for cleanliness, but also reduces clutter. See, cleanliness and clutter are very closely related on many topics. If there's a garment I plan to wear the next day, I hang it on a hook in the bedroom out of the way and ready for the next day. All right, well, we've been talking about clutter, and I'm going to hit it again. The next tip, it's kind of repetitious, but get rid of clutter. I know we've mentioned it before, but a big part of keeping the rig clean and making it look clean is to declutter. Get rid of excess items that are not only in the way, but are not truly needed. Refrain mightily from adding extra things to the rig unless you get rid of things. Then remember the rule: a place for everything and everything in its place. Now, I have to be honest here. I'm not perfect in this task. My wife, by the way, had a great suggestion about using baskets to place small or loose items. We have some that fit in cubby holes. When we remodeled our camper, I converted some space to add cubby holes just right for small baskets. We also like to make use of the command hooks or other such removable hooks. We use them for all sorts of ways to put things in a special place. And the nice thing is, they're removable and don't leave holes or damage the walls. And by the way, those of us that went through basic training from the military, we remember how everything had a place and it had to be put in the place just so. I kind of use that for my essential items like my keys and my watch, phone, and billfold, other things that I want to find easily or have to find in a hurry. I have a specific place so I don't have to look around for them in the morning. Well, I know that's not everything, but these are some things we can do to clean and make the rig look clean. And these are just some simple habits that help. If you have some ideas, please share them with me, and I'll put them in another episode. Well, friends, that wraps up this episode, and thank you for listening. If you're interested in being a guest on our podcast, or you know someone we should have as a guest, or if you have a topic we should talk about, please email me at sojournersevangelize@gmail.com. Also, please follow our podcast to keep updated when new episodes are published. Well, I'm your host, Dave Layton, and again, thank you for joining me. And remember, we glorify God as together we travel with a purpose.